Hello, my name is Mariana Vargas, and I am here with one of the co-founders of Little Libros, Ariana Stein, and I'm just going to ask her a few questions regarding the company. So, Ariana, I was wondering if you could just tell us a little bit more about the company and how it came about.
Sure. Well, you guys know my name is Ariana. I'm one of the co-founders of Little Libros. And what we do is we are a bilingual children's book publisher that promotes early literacy, bilingual education, and Latin American culture. So the goal here is to celebrate our stories, our traditions, our people that have made history, that are Latino in our community, and celebrate what they've done, the contributions that they've made in this country and in this world. And so what we want to do is be able to introduce these historical figures and traditions to the youngest readers so that they know who these people are, the people that have shaped our world, basically.
Okay, so moving on, language in many places, for example, like indigenous Mexico, their languages are going extinct, basically, going through erasure. How do you feel, even though Spanish is the second most spoken language in the country, how do you feel Little Libros is keeping Spanish alive?
Well, I think, one of the goals is to provide the resources so that children can learn at the youngest age, because our books are catered for ages 0 to 5, because we feel that the earlier the better, so that the children don't lose it. I think as subsequent generations continue to rise, the language is being lost. Like, it's just because people are once you're here, you start to assimilate, and then you start to assimilate to this American culture, and you start to just do American things, and there's nothing wrong with doing that, but then you start to forget about your language, where you came from, and the things that made you who you are, and your identity. And so what Little Libros is doing is we are providing resources so that parents have access to books that they can introduce to their children, and not just for the language, but also the traditions that are in these books, the historical figures that have shaped the world. And this is how we try to help parents help their children so that the culture doesn't get lost and the language doesn't get lost.
And to end with, what do you feel is Little Libros' biggest accomplishment thus far?
I think the biggest accomplishment is that we've been able to get into spaces that not a lot of publishers can get into. For example, we've been able to get our books into Target stores, which is pretty darn incredible. We get feedback from publishers like Simon & Schuster, Macmillan, and they're just these are publishers that have been around for ages and that are part of the big fives. And they've provided feedback saying, how did you guys do it? It's just a company run by two Latinas, not really knowing anything about publishing except, learning. We've just learned as we went. But I think the biggest accomplishment has been being able to get into these incredible spaces where you don't really see Latinos get in.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I wish all the best for Little Libros, and thank you for taking the time to talk with me.
Of course, anytime.